were like, oh, they will go and chill. They will go and chill. And she didn't want to go, but because the boyfriend was going, fine. She ended up going. They went, they went to chill. Coming back, they had a car accident. And funny enough, she was the only person who died. The people who were willingly wanting to go, they went and they came back. She who couldn't say no, she was the one who died. So, as we've been there and as we are talking to you, saying no is a priority. If you say no, nobody will kill you. If you say no, nothing will happen to you. If you say no, it will increase your life. If you say no, it won't decrease your life. Just say no and be free. If things if things don't align with your goals or your values, just say no. Say the word no. It's simple as that. Set clear boundaries with your friends. When you enter into the university, set clear boundaries with your friends. Let them know that this is who I am. At this point, I don't do this. At this point, this is what I do. At this point, I nap. I keep on saying nap because me, I like sleeping. Nobody can disturb my sleep. If I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. So tell your friends, this is what I want to eat. This is where I want to go. Nobody can force you. Set clear boundaries with your family. When you enter into the university, set clear boundaries. Some people, as soon as they set the, especially I went to Texas, so I was in Kumasi, and I was a Kumasi girl. So, hey, each and every time we were going home, your mom will call you, won't you come home? You will just pack your things, and sometimes you have nothing to do at home. You can stay in your dormitory, or what's it called? You can stay in your halls and learn. You can stay in your halls and have peace of mind. But because your mom has called you, you end up packing your things and going home, going to do nothing, staying there and wasting precious time. Set boundaries. I'm not saying go and be disrespectful to your family, please. I'm not saying go and be disrespectful. I'm just saying set boundaries with your family. Set boundary with your peers to maintain healthy relationships and patronize and prioritize your time. I'm not saying go and disrespect anybody. Just say no. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't make it, you can't make it. The next point is managing time effectively. You have to create a schedule that balances academic, social, and personal activities. As I began, I said the university is not just about academics. The university is not just about you going to learn and acquiring knowledge and coming back. University is a place where we go and socialize. University is a place where we go and make friends. As I am talking right now, some of you with the friends you have in SHS, some of you, even let me just ask, how many of you still have friends? You have friends from primary. How many of you still have friends from GHS? Few, few people have friends that are coming from these areas, but the university friends are friends you are going to keep for life. I'm telling you. So if you are making good friends, make good friends. If you are going to make bad friends too, make the baddest of friends because they are the ones you are going to be with. Let me say, almost for the rest of your life you are going to be with them. So, building a social life, and a social life is not just about making friends, social life is also about networking. Social life is also about networking. I think someone wants to ask a question. Please let me conclude what I'm saying, or you can just jot your question down. When we are done, then you ask, please. Thank you. So I was saying, social life is not just about making friends, it's about networking. Networking in the sense that the connections that you will make in your life, they all come from the university. Let me tell you the truth. When I went to the university, I had no social life. But the connection I was able to make was with my lecturers. So um if I need anything, I just go straight to the lecturers because they are the ones that I know. And up till now, I still have I still have contact with these lecturers because that was the social thing I built. That's the networking I built. As they said, I was a TA. I got TA means teaching assistant. I got this position not out of me having the networking. No. I got this position because I was a first class student. Yes, only first class students are teaching assistants in K University. So um I got this out of it. But for the networking from the university, the networking I got with the lecturers, that was how I was able to maintain, get recommendations, get a whole lot of things working at Confanoche, a whole lot of places that I entered were from my networking and connections I got from the lecturers. So as you are going your social life, prioritize your social life, the people you are going to mingle with, the people you are going to talk to, your personal activities in your own time. What do you do in your own, when you're in your own space? What do you want to do? Not someone's thing that he is doing or she is doing that you will look and do. Own your own personal space, have your own personal barrier, have your own freedom, have your own understanding, have your own thoughts. That is what is going to build you for the near future. Use tools like planners, like calendars, or apps. Right now, because of AI, I don't think we have planners, and we barely use planners. Just go get an app and stay organized on and be on track. I'm not saying that the time that you set, like managing your time effectively, means each and every time you will have to stick to the time. Sometimes because of class schedules and things, your time that you've managed or the time that you are using, you will eventually miss things out. Like in school, was a chorister. So I used to go and I'll go and for the choir rehearsal. By the time I come, I would have missed certain things on my schedule. So it's either when I'm going to the choir rehearsal, I learn, or it's either when I come back, I make sure that the things that I've missed on my go back and do it. And if I am tired, remember, if I'm tired, I just let it go. Because if I open the book or if I want to learn, no matter what I do, when I'm tired, my mind is blank. I don't force myself. I sleep because I like sleeping. Nobody can disturb my peace of mind. I will put everything aside and sleep. But mind you, that's what I'm saying. Your freedom is not someone's freedom. If I sleep, I can still wake up and go and pass. Someone too, if the person is tired, they can still learn under stress. They can still learn under tiredness. If you are that person, please learn, but don't break down. Your mental health is also very important. Let's move on to the fun aspects where everybody wants to know. I know that a lot of people are here and you are waiting for the fun aspect. We are coming to talk about the fun aspect. Please, if you can hear me, give me a wave or give me a laugh or anything so that I know that we are here together so that we don't bore ourselves. All right. Yes. Thank you. We are moving on to the fun aspect. Ask this question. When we say what comes into your mind when someone says let's have fun, or the word fun? Please, can anybody share with us? Hmm. Nobody? Or you are shy? I think someone wants. Please don't be shy. We are all learning. Okay, let's move on since no one wants to
What
talk.
makes you happy and relax? If I'm sorry, but then if there's anyone here who wants to speak up, kindly raise your hand and we'll unmute you so that you can speak. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. Thank you too. Okay, someone said the word fun, from my understanding, deals with entertainment. Yes, someone also said doing something that makes you happy and can release stress. Okay, do what makes you happy and relax. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you. That's exactly what fun means. Yes, enjoying what you are doing. All right, all right. Thank you all. Thank you all. So, fun in the university is a time for exploration, a time for growth, and a time for making memories. All that you said is right, but keep it in mind that we explore when we are having fun, we grow too when we are having fun, and we make memories when we are having fun. That is the most important thing. So when we talk about fun in the university, I think what comes into people's mind is, hey, yeah, club. We are going to do this, we are going to do that. Please, the fun aspect, oh, the clubbing is there. Like, let me chip this in. When I went to first year, me, I was a very shy person, so I was always in my room, as usual, sleeping. But one thing that I was so happy about, or that made me have fun in the university, is when Conti, that's Continental Unity Hall, when Conti they start their process or they are doing morale. I was in Africa Hall, so Africa had a very huge compound, so they normally gather at Africa Hall and they will be doing their morale and they will be singing and they will be jumping and they'll be making merry. Funny enough, that was what was fun for me in my first year because I know that every Friday after a long week, I'll get the chance to see Conti. I'll get the chance to see Katanga. I'll get them. They will come and stand there and make fun for us and we will enjoy ourselves. That was the fun aspect for me in the university. And I was on the first floor, so I was seeing everything clear. But later, I realized that that's not the only thing that makes fun in the university. They have a lot of things, extracurricular activities, hobbies, where you can join clubs, where you can join groups, organizations that align with your interests. Please note, you have to join clubs, you have to join groups, you have to join organizations that align with your interest. Not that everybody is joining and you are also going to join. No. Some people follow friends. Oh, when I go, I'll be alone. So why is it that I won't join a queer so that we will be in the same group? And you have no interest, like you are a humanitarian, you are studying social work and you are in a club, you are in a disability club. What are you going to learn there? What at all are you going to get there? The science and the things that they are saying, what are you going to achieve at the end? Maybe you have it in mind that when you are done, you want to change from a humanitarian to someone who is a public health worker or someone who is a scientist, because I don't know why you will follow your friends to go and join a club that you have no interest in. Please note this. These are mistakes we also did. We were just going for going sake. We didn't have any interest in it. We were just going to sit there to clear our minds, to clear our thoughts, to go and chat. Sometimes we are just going to be there and go and chat. You have to pursue hobbies and passions outside of academics to maintain a healthy work-life balance. I'll read again. Pursue hobbies and passions outside of academics to maintain a healthy work-life balance. When we were going to school, when we were entering into the university, if someone had told us that when you go to school, add a skill to your academic, we will all be like millionaires right now. I didn't get that information. So right now you are getting it. Add a skill, a passion outside of your academics. You can be selling. I had a friend who was selling sobolo. I had a friend who was selling ice kinky. I have a friend who was selling beads. That's those things where they are fun. Oh. Those things were their fun. But me, as I said, my fun was Kunti and Kantanga Prose. Kunti and Katanga Morale. That was my fun. That was what I enjoyed in school. So please, when money, money. Some people spend money as if the school belongs to them. They are having fun and they sponsor the whole school as if like I don't know. The school has a lot of things. University has a lot of things, and if you don't take care, the school will swallow you up. Let me make another example. I have a friend who used to have fun a lot. She was a law student, but she was a first class student. She will go out, she will go to the club, she will have fun, she will come back, she will come and learn. She won't sleep. She will come and learn, go and pass her exams and pass. Some people were rather thinking that she was having affair with the lecturers. But no, she comes back and learn. And other people will follow her to the club and they'll come back and they'll come and sleep. But she will come back and come and learn. And at the end of the day, she will pass. And at the end of the day, they will be talking behind her back that she was selling her body to lecturers. It's not like that. We shouldn't have that perception in mind. We shouldn't have that mentality in mind that when someone is learning, when someone is getting good grades, we think the person, oh, after all the fun, you still end up with first class. Oh, this one, yeah, he or she has done something. No, that's the person's fun. Choose your own form of fun. So I think my time is running up. So I will be quick and finish very soon. So, as I said, the fun aspects, you can go to your club, you can go do something that makes you fun, you can go on trips, you can go anywhere you want to be. You can choose hobbies, you can choose extracurricular activities, you can build relationships and network. I've said this, but may they all align to your own interests. That is the most important thing. And in having fun, you have to prioritize self care and mental health. If you joke in the university, you will break down. You have to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well being. Prioritize self care activities like exercising. You have to exercise, you have to meditate, you have to spend time with loved ones. All these fall after fun. Don't let just think that fun is just going out and going to club, going out and going to smoke, going out, going to dance. Oh, maybe we did it. It may be in our time we did it. But I'm here coming to tell you that that is not the only fun in the university. It will end up, you might end up losing yourself. You might end up having a mental challenge. So please, let us be very particular when we are having fun in the university. And let's go to, I think this is the last one, staying focused. Staying focused in the university. Staying focused. Setting academic and personal goals. So this is the most important part of this thing. The university is an academic place. As I said, we don't just go there to make go and learn. We just don't go there to go and make we go there to make social life. We go there to have personal growth. But don't forget that the first thing is academics. We go there to learn. Academic success requires focus, it requires discipline, and it requires perseverance. These are the three things that will make your university academics prosper. And you have to be smart. When you are setting academic and personal goals, we have a word called SMART. Capital S, capital M, capital ART, meaning specific. The S is specific. The M is measurable. The A is achievable. The R is relevant. And the T is time bound. If you are setting academic goals and you don't have this word SMART, it is not an academic goal. For your academic and your personal life, you have to break down large goals into smaller goals that you can handle. You have to create a steady routine and schedule. Develop a steady routine that works for you. I keep on saying this, that works for you, not any other body, that works for you. When I was in school, I went to the library once. I never went to the study room. It didn't work for me. When people were going, they were saying that I'm not serious. I'm not serious, but it never worked for me. I stay on my bed and I learn. That was what was working for me. That was my study. That was what was working for me. So that's what I choose. I can't learn exceeding an hour. If I learn for 1 hour, I have to break and do something. Not because of someone, I have to go and learn for 3 hours. No, 1 hour, I will break because that my mind can only handle things for an hour. Simple. I'll go back, I will do things, and I'll come and learn again. That's what was working for me. I was prioritizing dedicated study time. If I have to study for 10 hours, 1 hour I break, 1 hour I break, but I will make sure that I will study for the 10 hours before I am done. I have to attend classes. Some people think when you go to the university, you don't have to go to class. You have to go to class. If you don't go to class, where are you getting your language from? Where are you getting your study materials from? Where are you getting your marks from? You have to go to class, especially in KNUST. If you miss class 3 times, you won't write an exams. I'm telling you point blank. You think that university, you just go, there is freedom. There is freedom. That's why I said the university is big, but it is small. If you've not gotten a problem yet, you think the university is a large place. But if you get a problem, you will regret setting your foot into the university. So please, this is just a word of advice. Go to class. The people who wants to go to the KNUST, if you miss class 3 times, you won't write an exams. Go to class and review study materials all the time, over and over again. You have to avoid distractions and you have to stay motivated. The reason why you went to school, me, when I was going to school, I was focused. Nothing distracted me. I was going for first class and I came out with first class. That was my focus. I didn't waver. I have to go and have fun. Even if you have your time of freedom, stay focused, balance it. And if you want a first class, you come out of with it first class. I'm telling you, it's not hard to get first class in the university. Don't let anybody lie to you. You can get first class on a silver platter. Just have to stay focused. Just have to learn. And there are a lot of distractions. Social media is a number one distraction. If I tell you that my phone got spoiled in the university for over 2 months, 3 months, I didn't have a phone. I was living a normal life. I could live. I had no phone, but I was living. I was learning. I phone notifications. Hey, you'll be learning, and it will come. Then you stop. Then you go and check. Then another one. These are all distractions that has to cease. If you are learning, put your phone somewhere. It's time to learn. It's time to learn and develop strategies to minimize them. Yes, this is one of the strategies. If it will worry you, don't take your phone at all. Leave it. And you have to be positive. Self-talk. Talk to yourself. Me, when I was going to school, I got this advice from my cousin. Never think of trail. I never thought of trail and I never trailed. I will proudly say it. I went to the university for good years. I never had a trail because I always told myself I will pass a paper. Even if I know this paper, I won't pass. I hated maths a lot. I still don't like maths. But I write the paper now, come and I'll tell myself I will pass this paper. And surely I will. Let's move on to the strategies and we'll bring everything to an end. Time management. I have said a lot about time management. Yes, manage your time, be smart. I've said a whole lot about time management. I have said a whole lot about time management. You have to be intentional. You have to make intentional choices and you have to be intentional about time. You have to prioritize tasks and activities. Learn to prioritize it. Learn to prioritize it based on importance and urgency. Based on importance and urgency. I repeat again, you have to prioritize your tasks based on importance and urgency. Use a to-do list or a planner to stay organized. Please, if you are not, you just use it and to stay organized. And the last thing is learning to say no. I have said it all. I've said it. Learning to say no, set boundaries, set clear boundaries with friends, family, peers to maintain healthy relationships and prioritize your time. Your relationships, it can be your boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, any other relationship. Set time boundaries with all of them, and you will have a wonderful university life. So, in conclusion, balancing freedom, fun, and focus is a key successful university experience. By setting boundaries, prioritizing your goals, and taking care of yourself, you'll be well equipped to navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Take ownership of your university life and make it a time of growth, learning, and joy. Thank you very much for listening to me. I am very grateful. Thank you, sir. I am done. So please, if there are any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, we've decided that we are going to allow the second speaker to come so that after the second speaker, we are going to have an interactive session. And so
All right,
if
sir.
you have any questions, please feel free to send them in the chat. We'll compile all those questions and then Sister Rita is going to take us through them and then we are going to answer your questions so that you'd be able to at least feel free and know what is going on in terms of what to expect when you get to the university. So, as I said, if you are here, please feel free to share the link. If you have the link, please feel free to share to another SHS student or SHS graduate or someone that you know is going to the university. Let them know that it's open and let them know that there's going to be an interactive session which is going to be beneficial to them as well. So without wasting much time, I would like to invite the next speaker. Our next speaker is Rosalinda Nakai Achite. She is a communications professional and a youth advocate in Ghana. She is a first-class honors graduate from the University of Media, Arts and Communication, which is UNIMAC. She actually graduated a few weeks ago, so I'd like to say a big congratulations to her. She specializes in public relations, media literacy, and digital communication. Rosalinda is a trained virtual assistant and has served as a student leader with various youth groups, such as the Institute of Public Relations, and she has been their event organizer and a youth group leader for Amnesty Unimac Youth Group. She's currently working as a communications and programs assistant at Amnesty International Ghana and is actively involved in climate justice and youth engagement through organizations like the Strategic Youth Network for Development and Pen Blue Spites Media and Information Literacy programs. So I'd like us to welcome Rosalinda Nakai Eji. Please react and welcome her. Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you so much for the introduction. Kindly give me a moment as I share my screen. Hi, please can you see my screen?
Yes, please, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. Thank you so much once again for the introduction. Like he said, my name is Rosalinda Nakai Ajiti. I prefer to be called Nakai, and I'm super excited for the opportunity to be here as a facilitator. Today we'll have a very brief, let me say, discussion or conversation. I don't want it to be one-sided, so I'm going to expect that I receive some feedback from you, and I would like to hear like real voices. So if you're fine with it, if it's okay with you, you could just raise your hand and then you unmute and share your opinion if that's fine with you. Great. So today I'll be talking about real life university campus tips that no one tells you about. Education is more than classrooms. It's about knowledge, curiosity, and the tools that help us grow. Okay. Now, before we delve into the topic, I'd like to hear from a few people, two or three, why, okay, currently you wouldn't be in tertiary, but imagine yourself as being in tertiary, okay? The question that I will ask is for you to ask yourself is why are you in school? Now, before then, I'd like to give a brief intro. So transitioning from JHS or SHS to university is a really exciting new chapter that's filled with freedom, responsibility, and countless opportunities. I'm sure when Miss Rita was presenting, she mentioned quite a lot. She said a lot, and now all that's left for me is just to brush through. But beyond what you see on social media or hear from seniors, there are real life lessons about campus life that no one actually tells you about. This presentation, our conversation today, would highlight simple practical tips to help you survive and thrive. Okay. So, from managing your money and time to building friendships, staying safe, and making the most out of your university years. That is, if you intend to go to school right after senior high school or even as at when you want to continue. Whether you are dreaming of Legon, KNUST, UCC, UDF, or any other institution in Ghana, these insights will prepare you for what truly awaits. So, welcome to our first unofficial guide to real university life. So, let's dive straight in. So, back to our question, why, imagining that you're currently in tertiary, what would be your reason for being in school? Anyone? At least one person. Anyone at all? Am I audible though?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, but can you see my screen as well?
Yes, we can see your screen as well.
The voice is too low.
Okay, that's fine. Since no one, I can't, because I'm sharing my full screen, it's only showing my presentation and I'm unable.
Did you just mute it? No, let's go. Just take your time. Take your time and scroll through. Scroll through. She should be at the top and unmute it immediately.
Okay.
You can't unmute and she has to unmute by herself.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, hello. Sorry, there was a mistake.
Okay, so I see Apia Owusu Jerry. Yes, please go ahead. Tell us why you would be in school. Should you be in tertiary at the moment?
Hello, please can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Jerry.
Okay. Why I'm currently going to be in school like next year, and it's also Unimark.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. So um, to pursue my career, to further my education, and also to achieve my dreams. That's why I want to be in school.
Okay, so you're in school to pursue your career and to achieve your goals, right?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Which means that you've identified your goals. Okay, thank you very much, Jerry. Any other person?
Another person as well.
Any other? Okay, yes. Please go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah, so I would want to get the skill of what I intend to do in future.
Okay. Please come again. I don't think I got that.
Okay, so I said I would want to get a skill, the necessary skill for me to get what I'm supposed to do in future.
Okay, all right.
The skill
Thank you
is
so much,
building a skill.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Casey, I see your hands up. I think if Kezia is the last person, let's just hear from her. Kezia, please go ahead.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, Kezia, we can.
Okay, so in uni, I would like to excel academically and also make friends with the right people.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that. Now I want to, since we can take the opinions of everyone, can we get some reactions to know that you're all here with us? It could be any reaction. It could be a clap, a heart, anything as well. I see God's way. I see Angela. I see. Okay, so then Gideon Freeman. Okay, Frances Blessed. All right. Thank you so much for showing that you're active. So I'll share my full screen again. Now, the moment you enter into tertiary, most of almost all the times, what you would hear is that know why you're in school, set your goals, and all that. Yes, it is very essential that you know why you're in tertiary, okay? Because that is like literally you entering into the world. That is your first step into the world. Like Miss Rita mentioned during her presentation, university is very free and there are no much limitations. Okay, so know why you're in school. That's what a lot of the times people will tell you. The second thing that you hear most of the time is set academic and personal goals, and then also stay focused. Now these are things I want you to like take notice of because they are very, 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 very important. However, I'm not speaking on behalf of only those who have things figured out. So the truth of the matter is a lot of people enter into tertiary without necessarily knowing what their goal is. Okay. Some feel like they do not necessarily want to stay home. So they'll buy forms for any particular school and just go. Some also feel like, oh, I didn't pass, so let me just select any school and just go. Whatever happens, it will happen. So you find the truth of the matter is you find a lot of people who go into tertiary without having real reasons, without knowing why they are there, or just using it as a passerby for later to change it into a later activity. Now, for those people, I just want to tell you that it is absolutely normal, okay? It is normal for you to enter into tertiary without knowing why. But if you know the path that you want to be in and you're already in that path, then you need to set out those goals clearly. And that is where setting your personal and academic goals come in. After you identify what you want to become, you need to separate your personal life from your academic life. So everything that has to do with academic life, professional growth, you have to separate it from your personal lives and staying focused. Now, after you set the goals, you need to be able to stay focused to be able to achieve them. That leads me to our next topic, which is lectures, leisure, and creativity. Okay. Now, you might not necessarily know what you want to achieve as you have entered tertiary, but as time goes on, you pick up things from the lecture halls, from your colleagues, from books, even online. Okay. Now, without necessarily knowing what you want in the future, you can create immediate schedules. So you make use of planners. It could be an app that is specifically meant for planning, or it could be a mere calendar to, for instance, Google Calendar or Microsoft Calendar. It allows you to schedule your times and all that. Now, in using planners, you need to block out lecture sessions. You need to identify your timetable right from the beginning of the semester and block out those days, those very essential days, because you do not want to be missing too many times of lectures, okay? Too many periods of lectures. Sometimes, personally, now let me tell you a story. I graduated with first class honors, as he said, and it will shock a lot of people to know that I don't do a lot of personal studying. Okay, I love to read. Generally, I read a lot, but I do not necessarily sit down after class to say I'm going through this. I tried it didn't work for me, and I realized that wasn't my way of studying. Now, for some people, it is very necessary, it is very important for them to sit down after class or later in the day, in the evening before they go to bed, to be able to have a retentive memory. But for me, I just need to be in the class during the lecture because I need the visuals, I need the moment, I need to be in that moment for me to remember and understand. Now, anytime I find myself not understanding something, it becomes a challenge because I can't move on to the next thing. If you find yourself in such situation, then you need to understand that you are the kind of person who needs to experience moments for themselves to be able to explain it in their own words. Now, I never repeat what you've told me exactly. I pick what you have told me as a lecturer and then make it my own and use my own words and my own experience based on my understanding to explain it. And that is what works for me. There are some people who would have to quote the lecturers, and it is absolutely fine. Everyone has their way of retaining information and how they process lectures and all that. It is up to you to adjust to the one that works best for you. Now, there's also one very important thing. My senior once said in an interview that he was equally a first class student. In fact, we had a lot of extracurricular activities together, and he mentioned in an interview that so they asked him, so how do you become a first class student? And he said, you have to attend a lot of events and take a lot of item 13. When you come, go to class and you become first class. And I absolutely agree with him because it is not a lie. Now, in going for that event, you are not just showing up. Know that, have it behind your mind that that event that you are attending, that extracurricular that you are going to partake in, you are going to learn something from it. You're going to pick up something. It could be general knowledge. Okay, so you are not just focusing on what your course is offering you. One interesting thing about my period in university or at Unimark is that I was a full-time, I majored in public relations, but I have experience with journalism. So I still work in other fields as a journalist, but mainly I'm a public relations professional. So generally, I I can be classified into the comms professional because I work in various divisions or various aspects of comms and I adjust easily. Now it's up to you to explore the opportunities that come in your school. Now, I got to explore journalism because I engaged in extracurricular activities. What did I do? I signed up as a volunteer for the campus radio. In fact, I got the opportunity to even go out on the campus radio to work with other radio stations to explore, to pick up skills, and then also broaden my understanding. Now here I am. I didn't leave Unimac with only public relations knowledge, but I have experience as a journalist as well. So I'm going to reiterate, use planners, okay? Such as the calendars to plan and schedule your time, block out lecture sessions. Do not focus so much on extracurricular activities and forget about your lectures. Lectures are very important. For me, they're very important. There are some people who barely come into the lecture halls, but they sit down, study, and then write the exams. If you are fortunate or unfortunate to find yourself in a school such as Unimac IJ, just know that you have to be in class because they will take attendance. Participation in class also counts. You get marks for your participation, and then we take impromptu tests as well. So if you're going to be missing your lecture sessions, then you have some incomplete in your grading on your portal. That will take us to our next, which is finance management. Okay. So for me, I work on a weekly budget. I spend based on weekly budgets. And I add miscellaneous because I'm a lady. I don't know about the guys, but for me, I feel like sometimes things pop up and you might need to attend to them. You might want or need something, and that's miscellaneous is going to is going to help you settle that issue. So I do weekly budgets, I track my spending, and then I try as much as possible to reduce, if not engage in impulse buying. So there are times where I am aware that I'm engaging in impulse buying, but then this one is not like I didn't have control over it. I knew what I was doing and I still went ahead with it. So weekly budgets, track your spending and impulse buying. Trust me, once you enter into university, you won't know where your money will pass. And that is why you need a budget because money finishes like by the time you are blinking your eyes, your money is finishing. Or at the snap of a finger, your money is finishing because food is expensive, accommodation is expensive, maintenance is expensive. Transportation alone is a whole wahala on its own. So it's very important for you to understand that once you enter tertiary, you need to become a master of your finance. That will take us to digital learning. This is one of my favorites. I got to discover that digital learning is one of the easiest way or one of like the affordable way of acquiring knowledge. Aside now, social media it has even made things so much easier for us. So YouTube, Instagram, Google is not a social media, but it's part of the media. That's a search engine. Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever platform, LinkedIn, wherever platform you find yourself can be at your advantage if you know how to utilize them properly. Now, for me, who ended up in a communications university, it is very essential that you know how to leverage the various social media platforms. Now, LinkedIn serves as your digital CV or resume. Anyone at all can offer you a job on LinkedIn because of your profile. Anyone who takes your LinkedIn should be able to know what you have been able to do over a period of time, your expertise, and all that. And for us in the media schools or com schools, we find ourselves posting our works, years of experience and all that on our various social media platforms, because that is the brand that we are building, and building your brand is very, very essential. Now, digital learning, you'll find free sites or websites that offer free courses, and the courses come with certificates. I can boldly say that I have over 20 certificates. I didn't start early, but as at the point I came to the realization that digital learning can like actually goes a long way. I have over 20 certificates from digital learning and even from extracurricular activities. It is very essential to pile those certificates up. Now, it's not just about the papers, but it's about the skills that you're gaining from the training these service providers are providing. So take online courses, you can participate in online workshops, and even find opportunities through digital learning. Okay. So people offer you job through digital platforms, people publicize opportunities for volunteers. And I would say that it is very essential that you volunteer. And I've already spoken about social media and your CV. Your social media can be your digital footprint. It can be your digital CV, and you wouldn't have to submit a hard copy to be employed. Someone can just see you and just reach out to you and it's like, I've seen your work, I've seen what you've been able to achieve, and I want you to come and work with us. And it's as easy as that. It gives evidence. Another favorite thing of mine aspect is collaborations. Okay. Now, it's quite interesting how people underrate what collaborations do for us. Now, let's talk about roommates. Roommates in tertiary, if you find yourself in a hostel and you find yourself with roommates, that is where you're going to learn how to be patient, because you're meeting somebody for the first time ever. The person has a totally different background, different way of doing things, but you've ended up in the same room and you have to learn to collaborate or to learn to live with each other. That is where you learn how to be patient, set clear boundaries, and respect for each other. So once you come to understand these things, it makes life easier for you to be able to interact and co-live with other people, people from various walks of life. Now, this you won't learn in the classroom or in the lecture hall, but it is one of the things that university presents to you. You find yourself in the name of university. Now, your classmates, you never know who your classmates until it hits you suddenly. You never know who your classmates are until it hits you suddenly. So you might be in the same class with people who are already in the space, in the professional space, and you will never know until you get close to them. Now, make use of these people because they might have the experience, they might have the knowledge, they just need to get the certificate. Make network with these people, pick as much as you can from them, and try as much as possible to remain neutral, because that is your way in Ghana. You we all know how who you know works in Ghana. So make use of these. It's same as group members. It helps you to get diverse views. So if you were working on a project alone, everything you're going to do is based on what you think. But the moment you have others on board, you get to share ideas, you get to brainstorm. And sometimes the things they will be saying, you haven't even heard about it before. And that is you taking and adding on to your knowledge. Other institutional persons. So this could be inter schools, other universities, your colleagues from other universities or other institutions, or even internally. Okay, it could be staff, it could be TAs, it could be lecturers, it could be the counselor, even the people, the food vendors over there. You need to build good relationship with as many people as you can. It doesn't mean that they should all be your friend. It just means that you have to be strategic with how you relate with others. And that will take us to our next topic, which is social life and networking. Now, campus is full of opportunities. I'm sure I've said this over. Now, you need to build helpful connections. So this is in relation with the collaboration, okay? You need to build connections that can help you when you're in need. Okay. Now you're not just building the network and the connections to only be receiving from them. You need to be able to give to them as well to make the relationship mutual. The moment you are receiving too much from particular people, they start to look down on you. So you also need to build up your skills from your extracurricular activities, from the lecture halls, from everything that you've picked on campus to be able to also be valuable to them to maintain a mutual relationship. Now put your best foot forward because whatever you do in your period is in your friendship is the mark you're going to leave on them. So you find out that people find themselves in groups, and then by the time they are finishing with their projects, where they're like, "This girl, me, I'm never working with her again," or "This boy, I'll never work with him again." Why? Because you didn't work, you didn't participate in the project, and you left the work on them to do it alone. Next time, when there's an opportunity, even after school, they'll be like, if there's a job opportunity, they'll say this person, I was in the same group with this person. He didn't contribute, he didn't work, he didn't do anything. So why should I give this person the job opportunity? I don't know if you get me. Yes, moving on. I still can't see if anyone has raised their hands or is sharing comments, but you can keep the comments coming. Would eventually coming to the end. So would eventually come to your questions and your comments and your reactions. But you can keep the reactions coming as well. So the next thing is grabbing opportunities. Now, the moment you enter into tertiary, there are opportunities that you might not even know about. There are scholarships. For Unimac, I can boldly say that there are scholarships that when you come in your first year semester and you're able to perform, we have the scholarships such as the Lebanese scholarship. I don't know about other tertiary institutions, but once you excel, they put you on scholarship. And it is until you complete the school. And if you excel as well, you further to do your master's. So it is up to you to be able to pick up. And mind you, if you don't, not passing in freshman year doesn't mean you failed, but you have to work towards the final end because your results are going to be compiled from level 100, 200, 300, 400 to give you your final CGPA, which is going to determine your class. So if from the beginning you are not passing or breaking the ceilings, then you know that you are summing up to something. So you need to up your game. Now, the people who are available on campus to you, they can be to your advantage, are your teaching assistants, your lecturers and colleagues. I'm sure I mentioned this earlier. These people are there to provide information for you. You can build solid, strong relationships with them. I'm not saying they're unapproved relationships, but ones that allow you to ask questions when you don't understand something, ask for further explanation when you need more details. Or perhaps you've even gone online to search on something and it's related to their course, you can ask at any point in time. And trust me, you won't get these things easily unless you are very active in class. So put that as one of your to-dos once you get to tertiary. And the last thing under grabbing opportunities is being alert and conscious. You need to be self-aware. Okay. You need to be self-aware of everything. Be deliberate. The moment you enter school, even if you don't know what you want to achieve, be keeping records, be documenting, because you would eventually get to a point where you look back at how things started for you and how things have ended for you. So if you don't have a goal for entering tertiary at all, just put it in your mind that you want to pass, you want to get first class. And if you are an average student, don't even put it in your mind that you're an average student because you can still make a difference. Tertiary is a place where so many funny things happen. People who failed in senior high school and whatnot, it is in tertiary that they come and tell the story. So you can equally make a difference. Okay. Be alert, document, like be intentional. Go back to your past, what you did wrong, and then find better ways to make it happen for you because it is very important. So my last part one is graduation and success. Graduation cups and certificates mark milestones and they symbolize the reward of dedication and learning. Everything you will do will be accumulated for your graduation. So, like I mentioned, right from level 100, everything, every single thing you do is going to contribute to your final result. So, the friends you make, the choices you make, the classes or the lectures you attend, the extracurricular activities that you partake in, the clubs that you join, the events that you attend, and how much you show up is all going to add up to your final results. Now, I was a very active student. I won't talk much about entertainment because I won't even lie about this. I'm not an entertainment person, okay? I'm more into conferences, and that was where I found myself most of the time. Now, there are people who want to work in the field of entertainment. It is natural for them to find themselves at places of enjoyment or even entertainment. And this is absolutely normal. This is a matter of choices and the vision that you have. So find your niche. Sometimes you don't even know your niche, but once you explore, you attend events, you come to the realization that, oh, this is actually something I'm interested in. This is something I want to do more. And from there, you can build on it. You can ask me how I ended up as a climate activist, or even how I ended up as a human rights activist, or with youth community, which is about adolescents and child health and rights, or any other volunteer, Pen Plus Vice, which is about media and information literacy, and then being a virtual assistant, which I earned from a digital learning platform, ALX. I also yes, so ALX is also another platform where you can learn. I didn't mention, so I'm mentioning it now. All these are because I gave myself the opportunity to wonder. I gave myself the chance to explore. I gave myself I was open-minded. Okay. Now let me confess. When I entered tertiary, in fact, I entered tertiary not with a set plan. My plans distorted into a whole different lane. And now it looked like I was working on two different professional paths. But here I am at a juncture that I know is intersecting both ways, being it communication and health. And I'm super excited that I've ended up in the position I am now. So my very last slide, university is what you make it. So to wrap everything up, university is what you make it. Trust God, work through it, and see yourself succeed. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Nakai. We are grateful for your insight and your wisdom. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to hearing from you in future editions. All right. If you're here and you have any questions for our speakers and our facilitators, please feel free to send them in. By the way, we've received a few questions already. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to have a very brief question and answer session. If you probably may not have seen it, but then in the chat section of the Zoom application, you can feel free to send in your questions. In case you do not want us to know that you have a question, you can use the anonymous link. So once you tap on the link, you can send the questions in there and we'll be able to ask our resource person so that you can get the answers that you need. And so Miss Rita and Miss Nakai, there are a few questions that we would like to throw to you. These are questions that came in earlier. So if you don't mind, I'd like to ask the question. So this is a question to both of you. Someone asked that, how do you deal with failure and how do you get back on course? How do you get back on track after failing a course? I'll repeat the question again. The question is, how do you deal with failure and how do you get back on track after failing a course? I would ask if yes, if Miss Naka is willing to answer, please, you can go first. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, David. I just want to share a simple story of a colleague of mine. So we went to the same senior high school. She had to write NOVDEC. She failed a couple of I think she failed in core maths. I don't know about the other courses, but for core maths, I'm very much aware of it. She failed in that course. She had to go behind the scenes, retake the course, go through NOVDEC, and apply later into tertiary after the NOVDEC to be able to process admission for tertiary. Now, I'm very happy to share that she graduated as the best graduating student of her department. She did marketing in tertiary and she graduated as the best graduating student. Now, why am I telling you this? It's just to tell you that your results at a point in life does not define who you are. Like I mentioned earlier, you have the power, you have the ability to change the narrative, to change the story. So it is up to you to step up, to tell yourself that, yes, this happened, but I'm not limiting myself to that. I'm going to make the difference. And so that was why when I was speaking, I mentioned that even if you are an average student, you can end up as a first class student in tertiary once you put you position yourself right to make things work. I sit well, I've had to sit at the front most of the time and in the middle lane just so that get I could understand whatever the lecturers are teaching and also to be able to participate, to contribute. Now, the more you are noticed by the lecturers, the easier it is for you to go to them to ask for help in terms of explanation, in terms of elaboration, in terms of even taking you through the slides again. Now you also have to be very wise about it to know who wants to take advantage of you and who doesn't want to take advantage of you. If you find yourself in the midst of someone who is going to take advantage of yourself, of you, you have to find other avenues where you can help broaden your understanding about the topic or the need. That is how come you are not only limited to your lecture. You have teaching assistants. Now, the teaching assistants can even be worse than the lecturers. So, if in the place of, if the lecturer is not going to be of help for you, neither is the teaching assistant going to be of help for you. That is where online digital learning platforms come into place. YouTube has so many learning videos that can give you visuals. Those who learn visually or those who have trained themselves or gotten used to visual type of learning, YouTube can really be of help for you. Aside digital platforms, you have your colleagues. There are people in your lecture hall who would definitely understand whatever you've gone over in the past lectures better than you do. It is up to you to see them as opportunities. Now, Miss Rita mentions what I want to also. She mentions SMART. I also want to talk about SWOT analysis. Okay. Now, SWOT analysis is your S for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunity, and T for threat. Okay. Now, if you are able to find your SWOT analysis of yourself, if you're able to outline your strengths, what you are good at, perhaps you're good at writing, perhaps you're good at um, networking, perhaps you're good at speaking, you write that down. Now, your weaknesses, maybe you don't know how to do video editing, maybe you don't know how to prepare slides, or maybe you're not good with science or math. You state them as your weaknesses. Now, opportunities. Who in your field of studies, what are your opportunities? Library becomes an opportunity for you. The library becomes an opportunity. Digital learning platforms become an opportunity. Your lectures become an opportunities for you. Teaching assistants, your own colleagues, or project works, because you get to explore or go deeper into what you do not understand. And then your threats would be things that will serve as distraction, okay, in strengthening your weaknesses. So, for instance, getting distracted by social media. It can be Facebook, TikTok. Some people can just be swiping, and they end up spending the whole time. Or they'll just be doing videos, TikTok videos, and then it takes their whole time, forgetting the main reason why they're in school. What again can be, I want to hear from any random two people, what again can be your weakness? I just want this to know that you understand what we're going through before I leave this. Anybody at all? After you've identified your strength, your weakness, and opportunity, what can be a threat to you as a student? Yes, Kezia, please go ahead.
Please, lack of self-confidence.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that. When you lack self-confidence, it can go a long way, because in places where you're supposed to be contributing, you find yourself shying away. Now, partying, going for parties, etc. There is nothing wrong with going out. There's nothing wrong with chilling. But the moment it becomes so much that it starts to prevent you from building your professional, academic, or even your personal self, then it has become a threat to you. Your own friends and family can be threats to you when they limit you, when they start saying things to you that would prevent you from improving yourselves. So you can just think about things in this light. Okay. So in managing failure, I think that you should see failure as a stepping stone, as another opportunity to even turn things around. Okay. Because failure doesn't define who you are, and you are more capable than whatever situation that failure you have found failure in. So that is what I'll leave for that question. I hope that answers you though.
All right, thank you so much. It was an anonymous question that came through, and based on the answer that you gave, you've given a comprehensive answer. Thank you so much for your insight. There are a number of questions coming in, and so I would like for us to breeze through the question and the answers. I want the next question. I would like Miss Rita to answer the next question for us, if you don't mind. Miss Rita, someone asks that, how can a shy and quiet person like me survive through university because I am introverted? If it's possible, Miss Rita, I would like us to just breeze through so that we can get through as many questions as possible. Please, Miss Rita, kindly take over.
Thank you very much, David. And thank you too for the question. And when I heard the question, I laughed because entering into the university, as I said, if the person was following, I was a very shy person. But I managed out of the university. I have an undergraduate degree and I have a master's degree now. So I normally kept to myself, being an introvert.
Hello, Ms. Rita.
I
The network
kept to
seems to
myself a lot.
be.
But what helped me was no introvert remains an introvert. You end up getting someone you bound and you bind with.
Hello, Ms. Rita. I don't know if you can hear
You
me, but then
end up getting someone
I think there's a
you
network issue on
feel
your side.
free around. That was what helped me. Up till now, I have one friend I was in the university. Hi, David. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's much better.
All right.
Please, if it's possible, can you kindly go through from the start and read through it for us? Thank you so much.
All right, David. So I said, when I heard the question, I laughed because, as I said in the beginning, if the person was really attentive, said I was very sharp and I do anything. I did. All
right. I would like for us to. I think Ms. Rita is having issues with her network, and she's having technical issues. So I think she's going to sort it out in the background. But then, that said, I would like for us to move on to the next question, and I would like Ms. Nakai to answer the next question for us. So the question is, I am a student who has a poor financial background. How do I pursue my education because I am supporting myself financially? And so, Ms. Nakai, you spoke about how to manage our finances. And so, is there any tips or is there any insights that you can give this person in order to navigate the situation that they are going through? Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you once again. This is quite unfortunate that some people or some of us find ourselves in a position where we have to cater for our own things. But hey, let's look at it from the brighter side. It's your way to independence, okay? The moment you're self-dependent in making your goals come through, you have already started living your life and owning whatever happens in it. Now, in tertiary, you find a lot of people, okay? You find a lot of people who are trying to make or who are trying to make money for themselves because some genuinely they don't have any reasons. They just want to be able to live up to their flashy lifestyles on campus. They just enjoy being in that style. And some genuinely they really need the support. They need the extra work to be able to support themselves. And some also take care of their families and cater for their own education. Now, the best thing I can, or the what I would say, what I would encourage that you do is that you manage your time properly. So, depending on the school that you find yourself in, you can choose weekend classes so that you have weekdays to focus solely on work and perhaps take a few hours out of each week to do assignments and whatnot. But if the weekend option is not the one that you want to, you can equally pick weekdays, but you can schedule your classes for early morning classes so that latest by 10, 11 a.m. you are done for the week. That way, it means that you go to school throughout the week because every day, early in the morning, you have classes. Then the rest of the day, the rest of the days in the week, you get to attend to your work. Aside that, you can equally schedule all your classes for 2 days in a week. So you have 3 days extra to attend to work and whatnot. So for me, you find out that most of the students do their internships during vacation. But I did internship both during vacation and even when school had resumed. Not because of funds or anything, but I was eager to acquire more skills. I wanted to build that network and I wanted to have experience. Now, what people don't know is that once you intern, once you participate in extracurricular activities, you are building up your portfolio and your CV. Your experience is increasing. So you find that right after school, you are seeing job vacancies and they're like, they want 3 years experience, work experience. And you're asking yourself, where are you going to get that work experience from? It all starts from your volunteer work, from where you were in tertiary, or even your unofficial work that you were doing to support yourself while in school. What will happen to you after school is that you have work experience, you have certificates, you are already in the life. So now when you enter fully into work, you've already gone through that stress. Things should flow for you. Okay. So you can work around it, you can find ways to work around it. I hope that answers you as well, though it's an anonymous question. And so thank you, David.
Thank you so much. And once again, thank you very much for the insight, especially when you mentioned the fact that all the work that you do during volunteering also counts for your work experience. Because I remember applying for a scholarship some time ago. And in your CV, any work that you've done, any internship, any volunteering work actually counts towards your work experience. So thank you for that, Jem. I'm going to allow Miss Rita to come in. She was answering a question, and unfortunately, there was a network issue. And it was a very important question that I would want her to answer for everyone over here, because I'm sure there are many people over here who probably have a similar issue as well. So, Miss Rita, kindly take over and answer the question for us. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Please, I hope you can hear me now.
It's much better. It's much better. Thank you.
Sorry for any inconvenience caused. So I was saying, if the person was really listening to me well from the beginning, I said I was a very shy person when I went into the university. From childhood to GHS to SHS till to university, I was still very shy. So I have an eye problem, but I wasn't wearing glasses specifically because of the eye problem. I was wearing it to hide my shyness. I lacked confidence. My self-esteem was low. But should I say to God be the glory? I met a friend, and that person is a friend up till now. I met a person in the university first year. We were all doing disability and rehabilitation studies, and she helped me a lot. As I was saying, being an introvert doesn't mean you won't get anybody to talk to. When an introvert gets someone and sticks to that person, that is it for life. So she started introducing me to clubs. I started doing debates. I started doing presentations. I started doing a lot of things to bring myself out of my shell, because we have shyness and we have timidness. I had two of them, and I was in the university. So you know what I actually went through. But I met one person who brought me out of all this and speaking in front of a whole lot of people. I went to TA. I stood in front of students to teach. I can stand in front of able men now to talk. Because someone held my hand, someone held me out, someone made me know that being shy, being timid, having low self-esteem, having self-confidence won't take you anywhere in the university. People will tremble upon you. It is a win-win affair, and university is a survival of the fittest. So if you have a clear conscience, as I'm telling you now, nobody was able to tell me that when you are going to the university, put every shyness away. Nobody. I had nobody to tell me this. The person who told me something was my mom. She was worried. She was crying because I was going to the university and she knows who I am, that I am going to come out every time crying. People are going to manipulate me. That was her greatest fear. But I came out of the university with a first class degree. I came out of the university being able to express myself. I came out of the university being able to talk. And it was all thanks to one person. So I will tell the person that being shy doesn't mean you won't get anybody who you will bond to. You will get someone. You will get people. Attach yourself to them. But I am saying this. Don't attach yourself to the person's freedom. Don't attach yourself to the person's fun. Don't attach yourself to the person's focus. Stay on your course. Stay on your focus. Stay on what you want to do as you are entering into the university. Let that person just take you out of shyness. Let that person just take you out of being an introvert, but be focused and have the mindset you enter the university with. And if you don't have any mindset right now as you are entering the university, I am telling you, when you get there, it will come. Just be true to your own self, and you have the confidence to flow and have the confidence to pass through the university without being flawed. I hope this answered the person's question. Thank you very much, David.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the insight. There's one final question that I would like to ask. The question is, what are practical ways of building connections? So let's say I am studying marketing, for instance. How do I network and how do I build connections? This is a question to Miss Nakai. Are there practical ways or practical tips that you can give to us on how to build connections? Who are we building the connections with? How do we go about it? How do we even approach the conversation? Thank you.
Right. This is another favorite topic that I usually like to talk about. So let me start with myself. I started tertiary believing that I was going to end tertiary without networking, without even being noticed. But God was watching me, and God is like, who are you lying to? So fast forward, I completed school with a network or a circle that I know that I can rely on. Now, in finding the people to network with, you need to, you can start from your lecture hall or from your classroom. You can be paired with particular groups of people to do presentations, to do group research and whatnot. Trust me, there's always group presentation in whatever lecture hall you enter. Now, in those, you can start from there if you don't know where to start from. Identify the people who are forthcoming, who are interested in the course, who give you the vibes of, I want us to finish, to get this right. I want us to understand this. I want us to score good grades. Now, if you're able to fish out these people, or some of them, you already know, not the overly self-centered people, but like people who give room for opinions, people who are eager to learn. Identify these people and reach out to them. When it is way easier when you are in the same class because you have a project to work on. You first of you have a project to work on. Secondly, you are in the same class. You'll be seeing each other every time you have that course. And if you are even fortunate, you might even be in the same hostel. Find a way to start conversation. It can be around, you can just go to them and be like, oh, the lecturer said this in class. I didn't quite get it. Did you understand? Can you elaborate? As simple as that. Now, you have to move from your immediate lecture hall to out of tertiary. Now, what you've done in the lecture hall, you can do that across the various courses because you're going to be in the same school with these people for 4 years. Okay, 4 years or even 2 years based on the certificates that you're going for, or perhaps even 3 years. So get to know them, be vigilant, and identify potential um, people who you can benefit from and you can equally give value. Now, before you can give value, you need to build up yourself professionally. You need to develop you need to go through professional development to be able to also be valued in whatever circle you put yourself in. If you find yourself that you don't fit in a particular circle, don't rush for that. Add value to yourself first, and you find them coming to you. Now, another channel to network is when you find yourself engaging in extracurricular activities. I'll keep stressing this one because the moment you attend an event, you will meet so many people. It can start with somebody you are sitting by, or maybe even at the registration table. You write something, and then someone can just see you and just come and say hi. Like, just be open minded. Now, as you're going for the event, yes, you're going to pick insights from the speakers or whatever the workshop is going to provide. But aside that, the people who are going to come, they are your network, because some you might be a media person, someone might be working in a health organization, another person might be working with another media house, another person in a different organization. And once you start working professionally in whatever field, you are not independent. Sometimes you even the doctors, they need media people to come in do certain things for them in the hospital. Okay. Or when you're a PR person, you meet a media person somewhere. You need each other. Because if you want story about your organization to be published, who would you go to? You go to the media person, and that is where your network begins. So identify people, potential resources. Let me call them resource persons. Okay, potential resource persons that are going to be useful to you. Now, it's not just everybody that you just go and be. Some people will drag you down. Okay, so you need to identify the ones that are going to be useful to you and the ones that you can equally give back to. Now, don't limit it to just people on your level. You need to build yourself, develop yourself professionally so much so that you can approach people with high profile and be like, oh, hi, my name is Nakai. I'm into comms. I'm very passionate about health and sciences. Your presentation about child abuse or whatnot was very, very interesting. I liked the fact that you spoke about this, and it has even broadened my knowledge. I look forward to hearing more from you. Can we network? Can we connect?
Hello, can anyone hear me, please?
Hi,
Yeah, okay, all right.
you lost me.
Yes, we lost you for a few seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So once you reach out to the high profile people and they give you response, they give you their contact or email or whatever means you can connect with them, you need to be very strategic about it. Now, let them know that, for instance, they are already working because they're high profile, and let's say you're a good writer, or you're a good editor, or you are very good with psychology or whatever field, even engineering, climate, and it aligns with them. Oh, I've seen that your organization does this, this, and this. I am equally interested. I'm to do this. I know how to do this, this, and that. I can come and do this for you for free. And trust me, most of these organizations, they won't let you do it for them for free. Yes, they'll agree that you come and do it for them for free, but at the end, they'll eventually even tip you. They might even cater for your transportation and all that. So yes, and I didn't mention because I didn't think it was something, but at this point, I just want you to know that certain trainings, certain events, and workshops come with transportation allowances. And that is for some people on campus, that has been their way of survival. Because if every training that you're going for, they are giving you 200 CDs for transportation, and a week you're going for 5 training or workshop, you have 1K just within 1 week. That's a lot of money. So yes, you can also be wise about it. As I mentioned in my presentation that you have to block your lecture sessions. It is very important for you to go to lectures. But when you realize that there are going to be some free periods in between your lectures, you can replace them with other equally important things like trainings, workshops, online classes, and whatnot. So don't be loose guard. Just be intentional. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering the question. We are very grateful. This has been a fantastic evening, and I think we've had a lot of wisdom and a lot of insight. And this is something that I'm looking forward to the next time it happens. You don't know what the future holds, but then what I can say is that this is something that we are looking forward to making bigger and better. This is just the beginning. But before I move on, I'd like to give a short vote of thanks. So on behalf of Steady by Yourself, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone who joined us today. We're grateful for your time, your energy, and your participation. I'd like to give a special thanks to our amazing speakers. We are grateful for your insights, your honesty, and your practical advice. Miss Rita and Miss Naka, we say a very big thank you to you. We appreciate the wisdom that you shared with us and the heart that you brought to this conversation. To all our participants, we say thank you for showing up with open minds and with great energy. We hope that today's session has given you the clarity, the confidence, and tools you need to enter university prepared. We hope that as you go into university, there are going to be very few things that surprise you. This is just the beginning. Study by Yourself is committed to supporting you through SHS, for those who are in SHS, through university and beyond. So we would ask you to stay connected with us on all our platforms, and that there are going to be more sessions, we are going to have more resources, and there are going to be many, many helpful content that is going to come your way. I'd like to say one thing. I've sent a number in the chat. If you are here and you are able to stay until the end, we'd like you to send a WhatsApp message to the number that I've sent to the chat. I'm talking about those who participated in the seminar tonight. So kindly send just a short WhatsApp message. Just say I was in the seminar. We would like to follow up on you. There are a few things that we have to say in the background. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining. Miss Rita and Miss Naka, we say thank you and we say God bless you. And we are looking forward to hearing from you. So without much ado, I'd like to end the meeting. That is if Miss Rita and Miss Nakai have nothing left to say. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Thank you, David. I just want to say this thing.
Okay.
The university is not a scary place as people put it. But it can be scary at times if you don't make the right decisions for yourself. As I've been saying, stay focused on why you are going to school. It doesn't matter the ups and downs. Sister Nakai said, you can go to the university without any plan. When you are there, you will get the plan. Just be focused on why you are in the university, for your academic purpose, for your social life, and for your personal growth. Please don't forget about networking because it will take you far. It will really take you far. And I want to say, as you are going to the university, hold on to everything that you have. Hold on to your friends. But as I'm saying also, if a friend is making you slack, don't, and you advise the person and the person is still, as you are going the way you don't want to go, simple, cut the person off. Live your university life your own way. Choose your path you want to go, but choose the right path, and you'll come out as a success. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. Ms. Nakai, is there any final words that you'd like to say?
Not really. I just want to thank each and everyone for like those who made it to today's session and to the organizers. This has been a great opportunity for me, and I look forward to more collaborations as well. And I think Miss Rita has said a lot, so I would agree with her. When you get to the tertiary, when you get to university, be you, make real impact, and build yourself. Just be intentional. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to say again, initially when I said that I had sent the number to the chat, I realized that I'd sent it somewhere else. So this, if you check the general chat, you'd see that I've sent a number over there. So kindly save the number and send us a WhatsApp message. We have a plan for you. We want to add you to a group. We'd like to add you to an exclusive group, and you are going to get exclusive access to future sessions that we are going to have, because we are grateful that you've been able to stay all the way through. Thank you very much, and God bless you for joining us today. And as you go to universities, we'd like to say that we'd like to encourage you, and would like to say that everything that has been discussed here, try and implement it. And going forward, especially from next year in January, we'll be having newer sessions where we are going to be talking about other topics. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship, how to start businesses as a student. There are going to be more exciting sessions coming up. And Miss Rita and Miss Naka, I don't think this is going to be the last time that they are going to be coming onto the platform to speak to us. They have become friends of Steady by Yourself, and we are looking forward to having a fantastic relationship with them going forward. So thank you. God bless you. And I'll say goodbye to you, and I hope that you have a good night. Bye. Please feel free to exit the meeting, and we'll be ending the meeting very soon.